What is happening, traders? Flash flood warning. Absolutely breaking news. If anyone is shorting this right now, you are just a stupid little man. You are insane if you are shorting crypto right now. Altcoins specifically, because these altcoins are pretty much all in unison retesting their daily golden cross. And there are people, I guarantee you, there are people that are saying, oh, head and shoulders, oh, this is going down. It's going to go down to previous run at 60 cents, whatever, right? There are going to be shorters, and that is what is going to compel these altcoins to continue to make higher highs and higher lows. I do believe that. Typically, from your first test of the golden cross, whether it's the 50-day EMA, whether it's the 200, right, at 70 cents or 72, doesn't matter to me, because you are going to see a absolute face-melting candle coming from this. And it's not just Cardano. I know we're hovering over Cardano, but let's go over to Doge, right? Let me show you guys the overall basket and how it looks. Doge's looks even more insane. It is just now crossing, like right now, crossing into that wick. If that closes as a hammer candle, oh my goodness. Now, you didn't fully test it, so maybe you come down and you fully test it. Doesn't matter. You've already moved how much off of that wick? Oof. You've already moved 8% off of that wick. So if you close with a long wick hammer candle here, guys, on the daily, uh-oh, things could get a little silly. Things could get absolutely wacko. And I don't think you guys understand how bullish that is. If you don't understand how bullish that is, let me paint you a picture. Let's take a step back in time here. The golden cross you made on Doge. Now, you didn't retest it. I'll give you that. But the golden cross you made on Doge, in case you don't know what a golden cross is, that is when typically the daily is what is looked at the most. You can have a weekly, you could have a monthly. But typically, it is the daily 50-day EMA slicing above the 200-day EMA. So what does that indicate? That indicates that bulls are stepping in and that the short-term trend is overlapping the long-term trend. So you can see different kinds of golden crosses. You can see golden crosses where the long-term trend is down, so the 200-day EMA is sloping down, but the 50-day crosses up. Typically, those are short-lived. Those are just pops and price action. But when they are both curling up, that is when there is opportunity in the air, my friends. And so you see, you have a little wick down below it. You're consolidating. You have a wick down close to the 200-day EMA, pretty much exactly the same time that you have the golden cross. From that, you went on an absolute tangent back in November. Up 264%. Woo! That's a beautiful thing. So let's go back to the other golden cross you had. And I believe this one was a little bit more similar to what we had here. Let's see. You flirted with it many times back during the bear market. But here, this is a pitch perfect example to what we're in right now. On Dogecoin, right? You bounce off the 50-day, you bounce off the 50-day, you get the golden cross, you bounce one more time, you confirm after the bounce, and then you're off to the races, guys. It is a tremendous bullish indicator. You go from 7 cents to 10. And what's that time frame looking like? You go up 51% in 19 days. And then you consolidate, and then you really made some boom candles. And so if we wanted to take from the golden cross there to the top, I mean, I might have to zoom out a little bit more. Golden cross, 7 cents. 169 to let's call it 200%. So pretty much both times you got a golden cross and you tested it, you made a 200% rally. Now from this current destination, in our current price action, we've already moved 7% off this golden cross. 200%. I gotta zoom out, y'all. This is not a bullish enough chart. Let me just take you guys on a trip down Yellow Brick Road, because this is gonna be crazy. Alrighty. All right, 100%. So that would take you close to the all-time highs if you went up 200%. My price target, 69 cents. Am I selling everything there? Absolutely not. You do you, though, not financial advice. I chose my price target. Less so off DD. But it looks really good. It looks really, really good. And if you hold this bounce, like I said, and close with a daily hammer candle, for me, that invalidates what could be this possible inverse or true head and shoulders pattern. Worst case scenario, you come down to 20 cents flat. But that's just Dogecoin, guys. I don't want to understate that Bitcoin right now is already beginning to print that daily hammer candle, which is bullish for the overall market, guys. And then let's get into, I haven't even looked at Ethereum. I'm kind of scared. Y'all. Ethereum already has the daily hammer candle. Above 4,000 is green skies. You're going to rally like you've never rallied before. XRP is in a little bit different of a situation. Still consolidating. You have not tested the 50. You have not tested the uptrend. So we'll see about XRP. Chainlink. Let's see. Chainlink did get that golden cross, baby. And you are bouncing. You haven't touched it yet. So you might have a little bit more downside. But honestly, the rest of the altcoin and crypto coin market might bring this thing up. And so if this is a true double bottom on Chainlink, you would anticipate upwards of $30. If you wanted to stay true to what you've been doing, touching this top trend line, you would be making possibly a new all-time high at $40. Let's get into, let's do a couple more. Let's see, WIF. All right, that's not bad. You got to close this as a bullish hammer candle instead of a hanging man. You got to close above the 50. I like the bounce, very similar to everything else. I think you close that above, get the golden cross on the macro, and you are green skies on WIF. Pepe, same thing, bullish hammer candle almost. You need to close above the 50 to make this a true breakout. Let's go to Bonk. Ooh, Bonk got close to testing the golden cross. I'd like to see it genuinely test it, but even if it doesn't, I think Bonk is a strong enough asset to just turn around and tear, to melt faces. I don't hate this spot at all for Bonk. I mean, it's already moved. How much off that wick? Oops. Oh, come on. Don't do that, Bonk. Curling up on the 4 hour like that. Pretty similar to Doge. Moved about 8% off that wick. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash. I know we've been talking about Bitcoin Cash recently. Let's see where that is on its status. So you've still broken out on Bitcoin Cash of this long-term 8-year downtrend. Just stupid, nasty price action on Bitcoin Cash. So having already broke out, I mean, this could be a rising wedge, just to be honest. Let's see. But even if it was, quite literally, Bitcoin Cash says we only go up from here. Bitcoin Cash is on an absolute tear. You had a golden cross back on 522. So before most of the crypto market, Bitcoin Cash was showing strength. You fake broke down, touched the golden cross, and then now you are breaking out of a rising wedge, which if you didn't know, breaking out of a traditionally bearish pattern typically means that you are going to full send to the upside. With our price targets on Bitcoin Cash at the previous high, 719, and then the neckline of this double bottom, baby, at 1600, which brings you how much in return? Just a beautiful double bottom here. Breaking out, 1600 gives you what? $180%. And if you break the neckline, and retest, that's what you'd be looking for if you got in late. But if you get in now, you could potentially, you break the neckline, you're going to all-time highs. That is a nearly 700% move. That would be ridiculous. Be careful, though. Your RSIs begin to get into cooked territory. Typically overbought is a major sell signal. So you might want to look for a potential buy if it comes back down to retest. Oh my goodness, would that be bullish? But we shall see, guys. As always, nothing said here is financial advice. Thank you. Thank you, the 59 subscribers. Please make sure to drop kick the like and follow button. We will continue to cover news. Monetary policy. Sounds like the Fed is cutting in September is what Trump and Bassett were saying. So we'll see how much truth is truly coming from that. Who really knows? Please, if you want to see me cover anything like Litecoin, it's in a pennant right now. If you want to see me cover anything, really, drop it in a comment below. I read through and reply to all the comments. Thank you, guys. Much love. God bless and peace.